Hi, I'm Ellie Wright, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Hi, Dr. Cheryl. Happy Thanksgiving. At my house, we like to keep Thanksgiving pretty low-key. It's just me, my mom, and my dad. I hope you enjoy their reactions and my storytelling. True story of Thanksgiving. In 1614, English explorers left America with a lot of Indian slaves, and they left behind smallpox, which killed off the rest of the tribe. Now, Squanto, he was taken by the Spanish, and he eventually learned English, and he was a huge help to the Pilgrims when they came to America. He negotiated a peace treaty, and he helped them with a lot of farming and stuff like that. So they, the Pilgrims held a day of Thanksgiving, or a feast honoring Squanto and the Wampanoags for all of their help. Now, the Puritans started really coming in by the boatloads because they were hearing about how great America was, and they started slaughtering Indians.
And we celebrate this year after year?
So the Pequot Indians, they fight back in a war because they did not sign Squanto's peace treaty. Now, the Pequot Indians have an annual traditional corn festival, and at the dawn before this corn festival, the English surround the Indians and demand that they come out. The Indians that came out were shot, and the Indians who did not come out were burned to death. And 700 of them died, and the Massachusetts colony governor declared a day of Thanksgiving since they killed so many. And these killings just continued, and on one occasion in Stamford, Connecticut, a raid was so successful that they declared a second day of Thanksgiving. And at this particular day of Thanksgiving, they kicked around the heads of the Indians that they killed throughout the streets. And for 24 years, they had the Indian chief's head on a pole in their colony. So these days of Thanksgiving were increasing and very often. And then George Washington declared that there should only be one Thanksgiving. And then later, Abraham Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday. And that's the story of Thanksgiving. Kat, what was your reaction to my story?
I'm shocked! How come I never heard this before? What?
How well do you think the storyteller did in portraying this scene?
Oh, Ellie told a frightening story. Listen to me, I could barely eat my turkey leg.
You did an excellent job of telling that story, Ellie. And indeed it was a story. But it was entertaining. I particularly liked the part about the head and the spike. And I've been to Stamford, Connecticut. I believe that there were heads on spikes there. Probably still are. I worked there for several years.
It's not appropriate dinner conversation.
No, it was very surprising. Not particularly, though, given the time and the territorial fights that were going on. Also, the Indian tribes were at war with each other. So the tribe that the Puritans partnered with was weak, historically weak because of the smallpox epidemic. They needed muscle, and they got it in the form of those funky little Puritans, I guess.
Well said, Kev. Well said. Our Thanksgiving centerpiece. Beautiful.
Happy
Thanksgiving!